Hi, this is Mr. Knowles, and this video focuses on practicing solving word problems that we've been working on in fourth grade. We have a couple problems here to solve, so let's get started. Directions first. Draw a tape diagram to represent each problem. Use numbers to solve and write your answer as a statement. And remember, a statement is a sentence. Let's look at problem one. On the final day of the hockey season, 19,515 fans attended a Detroit Red Wings game. That same day, 3,985 more fans attended a Chicago Blackhawks game than attended the Red Wings game. Altogether, how many fans attended both games? Okay, let's start with the Red Wings. What do we know about the Red Wings? Well, they had a game, and 19,515 fans attended it. All right. And now we have a Blackhawks game taking place in Chicago. And they had, I don't know if you noticed, picked up on this, but they had 3,985 more fans attending their game than the attended Red Wings game. So they had 19,515 fans, but they also had more. They had a certain number of more fans attend their game. So 3,985 altogether. And the question's asking us altogether how many fans attended both games. So we actually have to figure out what all of this is together for both games. We're trying to solve that. So it looks like an addition problem. And this is a tape diagram. This is one example of how you could make a tape diagram. Well, let's quickly solve that. So I'm going to try to figure out how many people attended this Blackhawks game first. I'm going to try to figure this out. So I'm going to write that over here. 19,515 and 3,985. And I'm going to add. All right, 5 and 5. I know that's 10, and I'm going to bundle 1 and bring it over to the tens place. And I have 1 and another 1 and an 8. Together that's 10. And I'm going to bundle that and bring that over there. And right away I notice I have a 1 here and a 9 here, so that's 10 plus the 5, that's 15. So the 5 stays there, and the 1 gets brought over and bundled to the thousands place. And lo and behold, right there is another bundle of 10. And again, if you recall, that gets moved over, shifted over to the thousands place. So I'm left with 3, and I have 2 ones in the 10,000s place. So that answer to the Blackhawks attendance is 23,500. We're not done yet. We have another step. Now that we know the Blackhawks attendance, I'm going to write that over here, we can then add that to the Red Wings attendance and get a total for both games. That's another addition problem. I'm going to go ahead and let you solve that at home so we can look at the second problem. After you solve that, that's your final answer, and don't forget to write your answer as a sentence. Let's look at the second problem. Hall of Fame wide receiver Jerry Rice has an NFL career total of 22,895 receiving yards between the years 1985 and 2004. His all-time high was 1,848 yards in one year. His second highest year was 1,570 receiving yards. Exactly how many receiving yards does Jerry Rice have in the remaining years of his career total? So Jerry Rice, Hall of Fame receiver, arguably the best wide receiver ever, has a career total receiving yards of 22,895 yards. And in one season, he had, 1,848 yards. That's in one season. And in another season, he had 1,570 yards. And then he has this remaining amount of yards that he has for receiving. That's what we're trying to figure out, is that. What's the difference? What's left over? And you hear those words and it sounds like subtraction, right? And you're right. All right, here's a tape diagram that you could borrow from me. Okay, you could solve this in a number of ways. You could figure out what these two are together first and then subtract it from his career total. Or you could subtract twice from his career total, the first year and then the other year. I'm going to add those two first. So I'm going to add 1848 and 1570. So now I will know what those two seasons are together as far as the yards that he caught receiving. Let's see. 8 plus 0 is 8. 7 and 4, that's 11. 8 and 1 is 9, and 9 and 5 is 14. Bring that over there, that's a bundle. 3,418 yards for those two seasons. Okay, we're not done yet. We got one more step. So we have his career total of 22,895 yards, and we're going to subtract those 2 years combined, which I just solved. Looks something like that. And you can subtract however you want. You can use the standard algorithm. If you're not comfortable with the standard algorithm yet, you could use place value disks on a place value chart. For example, if I look at those digits just in the ones and the tens place, and hopefully students know what I'm talking about. This would be the ones. This is the tens of that problem right there. And I have 9 that I'll represent in place value disks or dots. So this is the 9. And then this is the 5 here. And I'm just representing this 9 and this 5. I'm going to try to take away 8 in that ones place. And I can't yet. I can't do 5 minus 8 in that ones place. So I'm going to borrow from the 9 in the tens place. And what we've been doing as class is modeling with a visual model is just these place value disks. So I'm going to take one away. I'm going to draw a little arrow here. And I'm going to unbundle that 1 becomes, that 110 I should say, becomes 10 ones. Which, you know, mom and dad at home, now you have 15. So in our standard algorithm, what we do is we cross out this 8, or 9 and we make it an 8. And then we bring over 10 into the ones place and add the 10 to the 5, and that's 15. So this is a visual model on the side that students have been learning. And now we can subtract 8. And you might know what that is, and if you don't, honestly, just cross out 8 things if you don't have that down yet. You should be left with 7 left over. So this is 7. I'm going to let you finish this problem, and again, you have to write your answer as a sentence. Remember to use capitals at the beginning of your sentences and punctuation at the end, like a period. And I hope this has been helpful to you. Take care.